And I would lie in bed at night listening to Rush, Extra Stage Left. That was a live Rush album. And I'd hear the crowd cheering, and I would say to myself, I want to make people feel the way I do one day.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt Mosveen, and you're on air with Radio Chatter. Joining us on the flight deck today, we've got Nickelback drumming ninja Daniel Adair.
That's me.
Daniel's been a member of Martone, Three Doors Down, and his work with Nickelback has been nominated for several Grammy Awards, as well as winning several Juno, Billboard Magazine, and American Music Awards. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks. How's it going, man? Good
awesome,
to be here.
Man. When was the last time you were on a small plane?
I was in a helicopter last week with a small plane, I'd say about a half a year now.
That's a long time. So, I mean, it feels good to get the rust off and everything. But we're at 9,500 feet right now over Castle Towers Mountain, just going to Garibaldi Lake. It's looking pretty beautiful today. We picked a great day.
Yeah, killer.
Most people we do this with, it's like their first time flying in a small plane. And
Okay.
So you not so much. I mean, you've had your license and you've owned a few planes from the Foxbat over to the Mall M7. And so what got you into flying actually initially?
I was always into commercial aviation as a kid. So my wife always knew I was into planes. So she got me a gift certificate to ultralight field by my house in White Rock when we used to live there. King George Aviation.
Right, that's the spot.
Just a flight for an hour, just to go up, and I let it sit on my desk for a year.
Wow.
And then one time I was like,
You're like, I'm too nervous about what this is going to do.
It was more like, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I got other shit going on right now.
Yeah.
And then one day I had some time, and I should actually go do that for fun. So I went up in this little Rand S6. Like, this thing had holes in the floor. It was
like duct tape.
There was duct tape in the plane.
For sure.
And we took off. You know, it takes off at 200 feet. See-through doors, everything. Like, stomach was in my throat.
Yeah.
Flew around for a bit. And
exhilarating.
we landed. I was shaking, like, from kind of excitement.
Oh my God.
And I drove around for an hour, and I went back and I signed up for the course.
You're just like, I need to do this.
Yeah, I got to fly, man. It's amazing. And it was around when I turned 40, so that's the best thing I could do at the time is go back to school, like I aced the tests and just have something to put my focus into, and it made me feel young again. It was really very, very passionate about it. So it gave me a lot. Changed my life in a lot of ways, like the way you look at weather now. You know, when you learn about weather,
Yo, totally.
it changes the world around you. Like, it explains how everything works. But then you end up telling your friends all that shit, and they tell you to shut up after a while.
For most people growing up, I mean, maybe flying, like, it's funny you mentioned that, because maybe flying would be the career goal, and then drumming would be the hobby, and you sort of did the opposite of that. So, I mean, you picked up your first drumsticks at age 13.
Yep.
And what did you tell teachers and parents growing up when they asked you, like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, my parents never asked me that, unfortunately.
So you weren't prepared for it when everyone else asked you.
Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of guidance towards anything, actually, growing up. I didn't do very well in school. It wasn't because of ability. I really didn't focus on it. You know, I was too distracted with other things.
Totally.
But the one thing I had was music, you know, and I was good at it. The only reason I knew I was good at it is because some people heard me play, like my brother's older friends. You know, they come in one day and they're like, "Holy shit, I thought that was Tommy Lee here, man." And, you know, when you're 14, like, what? Oh. And like, am I good at this? And then you hear that here and there from people, like, maybe I am good at this. And I could just learn albums. Like, I learned all the Rush albums, Led Zeppelin albums, and like, man, this is actually something I could do. And being a kid who was never had sports, I never had anything like that, low confidence, you know, just I was kind of the fat kid in school, parents were never home, so
Like an outcast almost.
yeah, kind of. You know, it was just kind of an uncomfortable
Yeah.
youth. But that was something I could put my everything into, and I did, and it really transformed my life. Really, it helped me come out of my shell, and it paid off. A little bit of luck too, of course.
How do you view the role that the drumming, or how did you view the role that drumming would play in your life early on when you started picking up? You were saying like, hey, it's like maybe this is something that I'm good at. Like, were you like, hey, maybe this will be a career, maybe it's a hobby? Like, what did you see at that time?
Geez, as a teenager, you know, you don't really know
Yeah.
how the world works and what you want to do. I didn't have any good examples of people going to school and getting a trade or some kind of great career, but all I knew was that how music touched me, and I would lie in bed at night listening to Rush, Extra Stage Left. That was a live Rush album.
Right.
Listen to Neil Peart's drum solo and how I felt, and I'd hear the crowd cheering, and I would say to myself, I want to make people feel the way I do one day.
Wow.
I always felt like I want to be on, you know, for someone who had so much stage fright and at the time didn't have many social skills, to choose a profession where you have to be in front of everybody was kind of weird. It wasn't about being famous. I didn't care about being famous. As far as a career choice, I got sidetracked a bit late, like 17, 18-year-old. I went to Slovakia for 8 months. I met a guy taking English as a second language because I went back to school to get my grade 12. And he was from Slovakia. He said, I'm going home. Do you want to come for the summer? So like, okay, I sold my VW Scirocco.
Whoa.
And I went to live in Slovakia for 8 months in this little village 4 hours east of Prebiza. It was awesome. Like one of the best things I ever did. And this was about 5 years after the fall of communism.
Wow.
So you can imagine what the place was like. It was still, you know, pretty poor, but the people were amazing. I had long hair and earrings, and no one did there. There's like, I was already a rock star. Then they heard me speaking English on the bus, and like, oh. Then I got back home and I got disciplined. I met this awesome girl named Darla who was in music college. And
Right.
I knew you're the company you keep. You know, like I want to be a musician. I don't really know. I know I can play, but I don't know the inner workings of the music world and theory and all that stuff. And she was she was a Royal Conservatory almost teacher level piano player.
Oh my goodness.
And she went to music college, and I started to hang out with her friends, and then I got a job at Long McQuaid Music because I was like, I got to work there because that's where all the musicians get their instruments.
Yeah.
That's where I met Dave Martone. That's where I met this person. That's where that all roads led to meeting Three Doors Down. And then I went from Long McQuaid Music to David Letterman in 6 months. It was
6 months.
It was like I got hired. My first gig with Three Doors Down was on an aircraft carrier in Portugal. We did a Navy tour. That was like mind-blowing. We did some U.S. shows, and then we're like, okay, we got to promote the new single. So we're going to do Letterman. We did Leno, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, hold on.
Your drumming, how much of it is concentrating and like working and super serious versus how much of it is just having fun?
It'd be a different answer 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I have recently dealt with like a problem with my arm. I actually had to have surgery last year.
Yeah.
It's called radial tunnel syndrome. It's not like tendonitis or anything. I guess there's a nerve that goes in between the two muscles in your forearm. It's
is that like a scar right there from the surgery?
Scar, yeah. And apparently my forearm muscles just kind of grew and pinched the muscle in between.
Yeah.
So my wrist was just moving in a weird motion that wasn't ergonomic, and I was having more and more problems holding the stick. So the joy really got sucked out of it because less and less I could execute these ideas that I could always would come out of me. And then it turned into all cerebral, all thinking about technique the whole time, every time I play. And until I got diagnosed and got that fixed. And it's not really fixed because I have 10 years of muscle memory of overdeveloped muscles going the other way. So I'm actually in the midst of dealing with that and trying to get back to that fun place again, you know?
especially in the entertainment business, it's famous for being full of not so nice people, whether it's A&R guys or promoters or musicians. So how did you manage to just kind of tune that all out?
I think I'm quite a passive person, and I really like to help people. I was always this kid in high school. I was a chameleon. Like, I got along with jocks.
Yeah.
I got along with the preps, but I also got along with the rockers and the kind of the skids and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I got along with everyone, and
goes a long way.
I fucking hated bullies. I detest. I would get so mad, even though I could get my ass kicked. I stood up to them, and I stood up to them for other people. Like, even the handicapped kids. You know those assholes who pick on handicapped kids?
Yeah.
Like those kind of guys. I would step in for them, and like I almost got my block knocked off a couple times by these big like football dudes. But I just would see red, like the injustice of it, and that's kind of where I come from. So when young drummers ask me like, how do you make a band, blah, 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 I say, practice, network, all that stuff. And my biggest rule is don't be an asshole.
That's it.
Like, I have been on the road with people, and I've seen bass players, drummers be fired, and they're like, they play circles around me, but they get resentful, or they get smarmy, and you're living on a bus with someone, and they turn into an asshole. I'm like, dude, let it go. Just try, and if you're really pissed off, just don't say anything.
That's it. Just
try and get along with everybody. Don't rock the boat. We're all here together. Let's just be a professional, I guess it's just personality type. There's the one-uppers. There's the guy who always has to one-up you, or there's the know-it-alls, or there's people who are really insecure and they have to be the big man and show everyone they're the alpha. Or I just never been that type of guy. I like to get along with everybody, And if I don't really like you, I don't go out of my way to tell you. I just don't say anything.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of my rule to live by, if that's a rule.
Why do you think it might be so easy for people to lose sight of that? Almost like it's because most people seem to find a way to lose sight of that. It's really weird.
I've seen it go to some people's heads really quick.
Yeah.
Get a single on the radio, like even a small single, and all of a sudden they're walking around like they're in Motley Crue. Like, I don't get it. And it's not about rank or anything. I've hung out with bands that are much smaller than my band, and these guys are acting like, I don't know, like they're fucking like James Hetfield from Metallica or something. And even he wouldn't act that way, because our bass player's friends with me, say he's the nicest guy. So there's just no reason to be that way.
It's time for a game called Did You Dabble With It? And so I've got some subjects, topics, pastimes here, and some of them have some truth to them, and some of them are a complete shot in the dark. So they're kind of yes or no. So I'll say the subject, and then you tell us if you did indeed dabble with it.
Okay, so no details, just like yes or no?
Just yes or no.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get started. Buying ellipticals off of Kijiji Craigslist.
Yes.
Tim Hortons coffee.
Absolutely.
Winnie the Pooh.
Never really got it.
Dim sum.
I can't eat it. Gluten intolerant, man.
The Remo Vintage Emperor Clear.
Yes, absolutely.
Super Soakers.
Yes, I take it in the face for my son all the time.
Save on more points.
Oh yeah, man, I rack them up. I buy blenders and shit with it.
Gardening.
I hate weed. No.
Seeing Prince live in concert.
No, I never did. I blew my chance in Toronto. Oh. I had the chance to be front row. I blew it. I did not.
Uh-oh. Apple AirPods.
No.
Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
Chai tea lattes.
Absolutely not. What do you... I can't say it.
Gluten-free bread.
Yes.
There we go. Taking selfies with Uber drivers in Albany, New York.
Oh, that guy.
Nail guns.
I own a nail gun.
Frisbee golf.
I've never played it.
Rush at the Pacific Coliseum.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Keurig machines.
used to, but I don't like how you just throw away plastic all day to have a coffee. It's bullshit. Don't use them, kids.
Refillables, you use the refillables? Well, you just don't use it in the first
I
place.
just use paper like drip coffee.
Yeah, nice and simple. Let's not fix it if it's not broken.
Right.
Fortnite.
No.
Klaus Hessler.
Absolutely. Oh my God, I wish I had these hands.
Who is Klaus Hessler?
He is a German drummer. He taught Jim Chapin, who then became the teacher of the Moeller technique, who has since passed away. And Klaus Hessler is the modern ambassador of that technique. There's no one who has it down better than that guy. Do a Skype lesson with him. He just look at his triplets and how fast and relaxed he is. It's unbelievable.
When the internet was at its peak with its Nickelback internet things, do you feel, did you just ignore it, or did you have fun with it, or how did you kind of manage it?
You have to try and ignore it. You know, that's where you just stop reading comments. I did find it funny in a way though, because well, one point of it is like, I'm a busy guy. I'm sure you're a busy guy. Can you imagine? I don't know what you don't like. A show or a band.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine you going out of your way and going to your computer at night and going on that band's website and then commenting like, your songs fucking suck. And what does that say about you? Aren't
That's right.
like, do you not have a life? Like the people who go out of their way to come to the Nickelback YouTube page and comment, it kind of is a head scratcher for me, because I'm like, you got nothing going on, man. There's a lot of stuff I don't like. And I have to say, like, I understand why people don't like our music, but I don't particularly like it. I think there's stuff that's way worse than us that's actually, like, terrible music and terrible lyrical content for our youth listening to it. Like, some really bad shit out there that's on pop radio. I don't even think about it. I don't like it, so what do? That's over there. I look over here. But for me to look over there and focus all my energy into hating something and going out of my way, like, that's, I think those people should almost see a therapist. Because, like, what are you doing, man?
It's a lot of, yeah, I wonder what kind of time people have. But, I mean, hey, I'm kind of jealous. I wish I had that kind of time to do stuff. But I don't know if I would do that with the time.
You do something constructive, positive, sure.
Shout out to the Nickelback subreddit.
Yes.
They had a couple of questions for us here. They're wondering, what's the funniest meme that you saw from back in the meme days? One that made you laugh?
Funniest meme?
Yeah.
Oh, it has to be Nickel Derp. Have you seen the Derp stuff?
I don't think I have. I mean, I've seen the look at this graph. That one's pretty good.
But just the whole... If you look up the Derp, D-E-R-P, look up Derp, they do Johnny Derp, Nickel Derp, and they fuck up the eyes. It's when I saw the Nickel Derp one, it's just, that is the funniest one for sure.
Are you still gonna do the anniversary tour for all the right reasons?
That is a good question, because it's not the anniversary anymore, is it?
No,
it was supposed to be
like
15th anniversary. I know. I heard another artist had an anniversary tour, and they're just going to do it anyways, but I don't think so. We're actually, word is that we're doing a new album, maybe you didn't hear from me, I don't know. I'm just waiting at home, man. Build fucking pig shelters, so as soon as I get the word, there might be some new songs. So, I mean, at this point, isn't every Nickelback tour going to be a greatest hits tour? You know, when you see AC/DC, do you want to hear the new single, AC/DC? Like, no, man. You want to hear Back in Black. But we will put out some fresh songs for people, though. But you got me, man. I actually don't know. I'm not really kept in the loop.
So it's time for the moment that you've all been waiting for.
Okay.
The Instagram fan questions.
Right.
We've got at Bill Crook. He's the bass player for Spirit Box.
All right. Good name.
When will we see the documentary, and when can we expect some new music?
Oh my God, the documentary that we've been filming for 6 years. I think we should do a video of the anniversary of the beginning of the filming of the documentary at this point. You know what? I think it's all approved, all the final edits, all that stuff, and I think they're going to be shopping it pretty quick here. So I think as far as a release, it's got to be strategic. The higher up people know, the best time to hit the market, I guess, based on TV seasons and stuff. So it's coming for sure. It's in the bag. It's coming out soon. And new music, between you and me, which is the whole world right now. Chad's got a couple of songs up his sleeve that we've been working on. So stay tuned. You will hear some new tunes.
At Bakino would like to know, when you came to Brazil, was there a crazy story that happened there, or otherwise, what is your favorite thing about Brazil?
The crowds, man. Just the crowds are unbelievable. Also Mexico too, like the Latino crowds just singing every word and jumping out of their skin, and that kind of energy you get from the crowd is makes you enjoy it. Like, the energy is amazing. No real crazy stories though. I mean, we're older guys and we're just dads now, so nothing weird happened. Everyone's pants stayed on, if that's what you're talking about. At
skern05, what's the hardest part about contributing to a song?
Well, when you have such a strong songwriter like Chad, the bar's really high. We have a rule where any idea that's better than what's there now is included, and the bar is pretty high. So to write something better than Chad, it's hard to see the back of the net on that one, if you know what I'm saying.
At Puya_BDG, I'm a 19-year-old boy who loves music in a limited country, Iran, who wished to get his dream of being a star.
Oh man, well, he must know that I actually play with, I've done 2 albums now for an Iranian artist. He's basically a rock and roll legend there. He's great musician. To get a start in Iran, you know what? It's a different time than it was when I came up. You are very lucky to have the internet now. So the short answer is, cream rises to the top. It's all about a good song. If you write a song that everybody wants to hear again and you put it out there, cream will rise to the top. So work on your songwriting skills, absolutely.
Kieran Johnston from Leeds wants to know also, what's the best thing about being in Nickelback?
Man, the best thing about being in Nickelback, you know, it's not the fame, it's not the money, it's not all that stuff. It's traveling the world with those 3 dudes who are like brothers, seeing the world and playing music and laughing our asses off. We're really just 4 idiots, truly, and we just all get along so well with our quirky senses of humor. When I think about the guys, I just smile, and it's all about the journey with those guys, for sure.
That's it. We're getting close to our final destination, and the seatbelt sign has been turned on for landing. Daniel, we'll turn the spotlight over to you one more time to take us home. Tell the world anything that you want to tell them, and also tell us, how do we find you?
Hey everybody, thanks for joining me up here. I kind of wish I was flying today, but it's great to be with Matt. He's a great host. We really wish we could have toured and seen all you guys last year. I know a lot of you guys are bumped out like the rest of the world, but we have a big tour scheduled next year. Details will be coming out, maybe some new music. So stick around and we'll see you in your town. And as always, thank you so much for being there for us. So we wouldn't have this amazing life without you. And yeah, you can check out my Instagram page, the Daniel Adair, I believe, and the Facebook page. I don't know what it's called, the official Daniel Adair or something. Check it out. It has the blue check mark. You'll find it. You're smart, bunch of kids. See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. You know exactly what to do. Fasten your seatbelts and subscribe for more.